Hey, David Quinn, that's what I was going to say too. Notice the pairings, Dave, and like certain girls look the same. Some of you might have been paired with certain girls. So while Harry or one of them, Bernard or them frame you, or the Ellery's framed you, they just look at it. Oh, see, they look similar, and that's their whole style. So that's why you want to be careful, because some guys who are older have a different approach to women than some of you who are modern, right? So see, Gordon and all them, I don't know if they had your interests in mind, because they go through a certain kind of philosophy, as some of you who are born later on came up into a different world, see, and then those guys attach to you, but they don't want to learn your new style, they want to take it over. So are we gaining conversions, right? Some of those girls maybe have to work in a church and they see what's going on, and you know, in a community, and they're like, why did it work for one side of my friends and it didn't work for us? Blue, blonde hair, black hair. So I mean, yeah, your eyes are like in like 100 to 150 year story with combined ideals, and there's no real teaching. Like Bernard and them go, well, you went through it, how could I do that when you guys are too busy having a rape session on kids and then burying it? See, that's what I'm trying to prove, is that dipshit, when things were different, one of those guys raped kids and buried to cover up the truth, and that they badgered certain people, and you watch the society or the city break down as they raised up Dave or Perlita or their little favorites, because supposedly the homosexual way they were, or the LGBT were so persecuted, trying to basically do the Jews, right? After the Germans destroyed the Jews, right? Looking for sympathy, but they didn't know anything about the Jews, because most of them were killed. And that's why I don't like you, Dave, going, you're going to do this and that. Because if you had never been overseas, Dave, then how would you know? And if people came over here to teach you something and you ignored it because you wanted to go by skin color, well, you don't know too much, right? Or you're going by what Don Wiley, and then tell you, boop, boop, and boop, boop, and he's sitting up there with the minute, boop, 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 and this is how he got it to work. And really, that was a bad idea in the first place. So we got to find ways to get that crap out, because it's that badgering, that abuse is what sent these people down here searching for God or a different way, and it destroyed a city, right? And it's not a good idea. So these girls out here are not as dumb as some of you think, because some of them had to live out here their whole lives, got to see you guys' lives. And that's why I did that, Harry. See? Because I knew some of you guys were never going to admit it. So I'm going to force you to admit it, and then you will evolve like atheists, a real way. So when I'm gone, like I said, it's going to have more of an impact and a better beneficial thing, even if you guys are bidding it out, bit in, bit out, bit. Oh, he taught me to hit the thing this way. See? All right? You can't be anti-technology and then want it when you all were integrating with it anyway. So it's better to combine all ideals and use everything. Because a big computer on a ship is going to have everything, and it's going to one day reveal everything about everyone. So guess what? It's better to kind of change your habits in your society, just to accept some things, and then stop persecuting those that you may see sleeping on the street or have less than you, David. Because eventually equality will come, and it looks like Bailey or Kim and some of them had a setup, and you guys did something, and you lied to them and convinced them of some shit, so it made their lives miserable, because everybody's trying to piece it back together what the real story was, and then we got to fight it, different factions, when it's just easier when something works and they want you to be healthy and clean, and it was all set up that way, to stick with it. You don't want to keep throwing people down and making them sick and inbreed, because eventually, guess what, Joe? It's going to happen again, and they're all going to look like you, or Stan, or Dave, or Perlita, or whoever, touchy, like Ellery. That's why I'm not having sex right now, Not that I don't like girls, it's because, hey, I don't want to cause a bigger problem.